Welcome to Easy Peasy English. In this practical English conversation lesson, you will learn how to talk naturally about having coffee with a friend in everyday English. This topic may sound simple, but it is one of the most common real-life situations where people use English to connect, relax, and communicate. Having coffee with a friend is not only about drinking coffee. It is about conversation, sharing experiences, expressing feelings, and building relationships. In this lesson, you will learn useful vocabulary, natural sentence patterns, conversation strategies, and real-life examples that you can practice and use immediately. Let's begin with an important idea. English conversation does not need to be complicated to be meaningful. Most natural conversations use simple words, familiar topics, and relaxed sentences. Talking about coffee is a perfect example of this. First, let's talk about inviting a friend for coffee. Invitations are an important part of conversation. You can use simple and polite sentences. For example, you can say, "Do you want to get a coffee?" Or, "Would you like to have coffee with me?" These sentences are friendly, natural, and very common. You can also suggest a time or place. For example, "Do you want to get a coffee this afternoon?" Or, "Let's have coffee near my office." Adding time and place makes your invitation clearer and more confident. Now, let's talk about accepting or declining an invitation. If you want to accept, you can say, "Sure, that sounds nice," or "Yes, I'd love to." These responses are positive and natural. If you cannot go, you can say, "Sorry, I'm busy today," or "Maybe another time." This is polite and honest. Once you meet your friend, the conversation usually starts with greetings. You can say, "Hi, how are you?" or "It's good to see you." These simple phrases help create a friendly atmosphere. Next, people often talk about the place. You can say, "This cafe is nice," or "I like the atmosphere here." You can also talk about the coffee. For example, "The coffee smells great," or "I usually order a latte." These small comments help start the conversation naturally. Let's talk about ordering coffee. This is a very practical skill. You can say, "I'd like a cappuccino, please," or "Can I get a black coffee?" These sentences are useful in real-life situations. You can also ask your friend, "What are you going to order?" Now, let's move to the heart of the conversation, talking while having coffee. Most coffee conversations are relaxed and informal. People talk about their day, their work, or their feelings. You can say, "How was your day?" or "How's work going?" These are common and friendly questions. When your friend answers, listen carefully. Listening is just as important as speaking. You can show interest by saying, "That sounds interesting," or "I see." These small responses help the conversation flow smoothly. Now, let's talk about sharing your own experiences. You can talk about your day using simple sentences. For example, "Today was busy," or "I had a long meeting." You can add feelings by saying, "I felt tired," or "I felt happy." This makes your conversation more personal. Let's look at a simple example. You can say, "I had a busy day at work, so it's nice to relax with coffee." This sentence is simple, natural, and very common in real conversation. Another common topic during coffee is plans. You can ask, "What are you doing this weekend?" or "Do you have any plans?" You can answer with simple sentences like, "I'm planning to rest," or "I want to spend time with my family." Talking about interests is also very natural. You can say, "I like coming to cafes," or "I enjoy quiet places." You can ask your friend, "Do you like coffee or tea?" These questions keep the conversation going. Now, let's talk about conversation strategies. One important strategy is asking open-ended questions. Open-ended questions help your friend speak more. For example, instead of asking, "Are you busy?" you can ask, "What have you been busy with lately?" Another useful strategy is sharing short stories. You do not need long stories. Simple stories are enough. For example, yesterday I met an old friend, or last week I tried a new cafe. These stories make the conversation more interesting. Let's talk about motivation. Many English learners feel nervous speaking in social situations like having coffee. Remember, your friend is not judging your English. They are there to enjoy the moment. Focus on connection, not perfection. A helpful tip is to prepare simple phrases before meeting someone. You can practice sentences like, "How have you been?" or "It's been a long time." Preparation builds confidence. Now, let's talk about expressing opinions politely. You can say, "I think this place is nice," or "I feel more relaxed here." These sentences help you express yourself without sounding too strong. Sometimes conversations include small complaints. For example, "It's been a stressful week," or "Work has been tiring." This is normal and natural. You can respond with empathy by saying, "That sounds tough," or "I understand." Another useful skill is ending the conversation politely. You can say, "It was nice catching up," or "I enjoyed our coffee." These sentences help end the meeting in a friendly way. Let's look at a full example conversation in simple English. "Hi, it's good to see you. How are you?" "I'm good. How about you?" "I'm fine. This cafe is nice." "Yes, I like it. The coffee is good." "How was your day?" "It was busy, but now I feel relaxed." This conversation is short, simple, and very natural. Now, let's talk about practicing this skill. You can practice by imagining a coffee meeting. Speak out loud, describe the place, ask questions, answer them. This kind of role play builds real conversation ability. Another powerful practice method is repetition. Repeat common coffee-related sentences every day. For example, "Do you want to get a coffee?" or "How was your day?" Repetition builds fluency. At the intermediate level, you can add more detail. For example, "I like coming here because it's quiet," or "I usually come here after work to relax." These sentences sound natural and confident. Remember, conversation is not about saying everything perfectly. It is about sharing moments. Coffee conversations are relaxed by nature. Let your English be relaxed too. As we move toward the end of this long lesson, remember this important message. You do not need advanced English to have meaningful conversations. Simple English is real English. Practice often. Practice with friends. Practice alone. Every conversation is a chance to improve. Thank you for spending this time with Easy Peasy English. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and enjoy your English conversations, one cup of coffee at a time.